All right, we're now going to call to order the November 29th meeting of the Lawrence Economic Development Commission. We do have a quorum present. 3 of our 4 members are here in person. This being our first meeting of the year, our first order of business is going to be election of officers. I would now open it up for nominations for president. Would anybody like to make a nomination for president?
I nominate Marion as president of the commission.
We have a nomination for Commissioner Hall as president of the commission. Hearing no other nominations, we'll now do a vote by show of hands. All those in favor, show of hands. All those opposed? Approved. Congratulations, Commissioner Hall.
Thanks.
We will now open up the floor for nominations for vice president. Any nominations for vice president of this board or commission?
I nominate Ms. Betty Robinson as vice president of the commission.
All right. We have a nomination for Commissioner Robinson for vice president of the Economic Development Commission. Hearing no other nominations, we will do a roll call vote for approval, or sorry, vote by show of hands for approval. All those in favor, show of hands. Those opposed? That is approved. Congratulations, Commissioner Robinson. We'll now do a same process for secretary. I now open the floor for nominations for secretary. Mr. Short. Yeah.
I nominate Mr. Short for secretary.
Got a nomination for Commissioner Short for secretary. Hearing no other nominations, we'll now take a vote. All those in favor, show of hands. All those opposed? Approved. Congratulations, Mr. Short. We'll now move on to new business. I'd ask that any members from the Harrison Ford or Barnes and Thornburg team that would like to come up and speak on behalf of these proposed projects, come on up, and the floor will be yours to give a brief presentation to the commission.
Hello, I'm Jim Ford. I'm one of the engineers. I work for Tim Harris at Harris and Ford. Just want to briefly cover the project that we've been working on. I do want to add before I get going on this that if you look into www.harrisandford.com, you'll see company strategy, you'll see customers, you'll see that's a lot about the company, but you also see the outreach programs that the Tim Harris and the Harris family are doing right here locally and worldwide. So I would encourage anybody to do that. But I'll run through this project right now. This is Harrison Ford, 56th Street. The project is the rail spur, the new facility, and the dry pond conversion. Planned improvements for the project, 3,500 linear feet of rail, and then it's on site right now. That comes right off the main CSX main line, right on our site. And then the rail car capacity is 21 cars any given time, and the track was designed for 20 cars a week. Have a tank farm in the back consisting of 316 stainless steel, very nice tanks for capacity for our ingredients that we'll be bringing in. We have a truck scale, and then plans for a new 141,000 square foot distribution facility right there in that vacant lot to the west of the current building. And then I want to stress the beautification project that we converted the pond that was there to a creek. It's a work in progress right now, but that's corrected a whole lot of the drainage issues and things like that in the Lawrence area. So, plant capabilities, as I suggested, the tank farm and those food and beverage ingredients that we'll bring in by rail, put in the tanks, and then we want transloading capability with the truck scale, and then bulk truck and rail loading stations, clean room inside to fill totes and drums, mixing and blending processes, high grade, and then high-end lab functions and services. These are on these food and beverage and personal care type ingredients. Certifications, just to characterize the operations both inside and out. Harrison Ford is a minority business enterprise. We already have a GFSI, Global Food Safety Initiative certification. That'll be expanded with packaging and things like that. So, but it's in the GFSI category. That's going to come with a kosher certification, a halal certification, certified organic handler. Those three are requirements for a lot of our customers and those products that people eat and drink and not. So that's the purpose of those certifications. The RSPO is Roundtable Sustainable Palm Oil. That's a sustainability type of certification that we have to have with our glycerin and some of the other products, but for the glycerin specifically. The NACD is an organization that's focus is on safety and protecting the environment, protecting the chemical industry as a whole, and we're members of that in good standing. SMETA is an ethical certification, the highest standard in the world as a certification goes in ethics, and we're SMETA certified. The last two are sustainability type organizations. So the CDP, Carbon Disclosure Project, is all about sustainability, very active in that, and we're a leader in that. And then EcoVadis is the same type of sustainability, and it's got a corporate responsibility, very active in those and certified in those. And those are mandates from our customers, mandates from our president, Tim Harris, and we're very active in those. So just as a picture of what used to be east of the facility was this overgrown brush retaining pond, and there were some bad activities a little bit farther to the east of this. I would go to the next one. Yeah. That's what it looks like today, although there's some trees coming in there as we speak, and there'll be more. And it's a lot better to look at, cleaned up, the flow of water and everything is much better. This is a rendering of the new building, 141,000 square foot. The top, the bottom left is the current building that you'd see on 56th Street right now. So that's just a rendering right there. So going. This is the site layout. To the east, you can see the creek area over there. There's the existing building that you would see on 56th Street, and then to the left or the west is the future building of 141,000 square feet. Foamcraft to the left, BP to the left, and then the track, the CSX track main line to the south. And just in summary, and this is the last chart I have, the total investment is 20 million plus, and several million of that's already been spent to correct the drainage problems and to get the track in and those things. Storm water issues have been corrected. Foamcraft is not seeing their parking lot flooded anymore like they were. The unwanted behaviors that we saw by the bridge and then to the west have been eliminated, and we worked with the police and the fire departments on those areas. More than 25 jobs are expected to be created. We expect to keep making that area to the east more beautiful, and every area we can landscape, it'll be first class, and it already is in some cases, and will be all of it. And then the additional rail spur is a given, a good that is a community, and I'll let John talk about the bonds or any questions anybody has on that. So at this point, if there's any questions for me or Tim or...
Any questions about the project for the Harrison Ford team before we move on to the financing?
Only thing I would ask is just out of curiosity, you mentioned the stormwater runoff. Any projections there on the volume, and do you guys have any concerns about just that long-term sustainability of the stormwater system that we have and its capacity to handle the kind of water running off of the surface there?
That was a major study by Hansen, civil engineering firm, and I can get you any last detail that you would want on that, but there is no concern. It's been fixed to the 100-year storms and all the runoffs that you can calculate that they do for a living, and we have all of that. The city has access to 100% of that.
Yeah. Okay. I feel comfortable with that. I was just
we don't see any problems. And it's been some droughts. We've also seen some record rains.
Right.
We haven't seen any problems whatsoever. It just flows.
Good. Good to hear.
Any other questions? Thank you for your time. We will now, if someone would mind bringing me the sign-up sheet from the back of the room, we'll now proceed on to the public hearing portion of the evening. All right. We will now open the public hearing on the Harrison Ford project and proposed bonds. We have one person signed up to speak. Elizabeth Mazur, please come on up and state your name and address for the record once again, and then you'll have a couple minutes to say your piece.
Hello, I'm Elizabeth Mazur. I reside at 6203 Carrington Drive, Indianapolis, Indiana, and thank you for giving me the time to present to you, members of the Economic Development Commission. In the recent past, I expressed concerns about the City of Lawrence approving up to $1.98 million in bonds for Harrison Ford. This was because I did not think Harrison Ford, when reducing erosion and implementing flood protection on its property, had put in pollinator-friendly plantings. Earlier today, Jim Ford provided me with paperwork and a tour demonstrating Harrison Ford had installed native grasses and flowers. This evidence of Harrison Ford's willingness to make adjustments to its landscaping, which are sustainable, shows the company is making a good faith effort to do what is best for the environment of our community. I withdraw the objections I raised in an earlier statement. My hope is, though, that whether or not bonds are issued to Harrison Ford, it will continue working to make its landscaping as environmentally friendly as possible. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Seeing as nobody else has signed up to speak during the public hearing, we will now close the public hearing and move on to item 3 on our agenda, the EDC report concerning the proposed financing of economic development facilities for Harrison Ford Properties, LLC. I believe we have someone from Barnes & Thornburg here in the audience today. I'd ask that person come on up and just give us a summary of this EDC report and what it entails and what the commission will be approving tonight if they so choose to act on it.
Sure. Richard Starkey with law firm of Barnes & Thornburg. We're bond counsel on this transaction. So under the statute, the EDC is to review the financing for the project and also then recommend to the council that it approve the financing. So the report that's before you is a report that is required in the statute that talks about the amount of the financing, which is $1.98 million, how many new jobs it would create, like 25, and its payroll as well. So the actual resolution that you have before you approves the report, so you don't have to approve this separately.
Okay.
The resolution does that. And probably the most important thing I can tell you is that these are what we call economic development TIF bonds. And because of that, there's absolutely no liability on the city for these bonds. These bonds will be purchased by the developer. And 75% of the TIF that's created from the new building, which is the extra taxes that are created, would go to pay off these bonds only. So there's no other revenue stream of the city or anything else of the city that's required for these bonds. And so this is a true form of incentive to help a company get over financing gaps. And allows them to build something that, and if they don't build it, of course, then they don't get paid on the bonds that they purchase. So clearly just no liability on the city's part. But I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have on the financing itself.
Any questions? Hearing none, we'll move on to item 4. Would you like to just provide us a brief summary of the resolution before us today?
Sure. So the resolution itself, as I said, approves the report. It also discusses the kinds of documents required to be sent to the city council. The city council will consider this next Monday. I think it's Monday.
December 4th, yeah.
December 4th is
Correct.
Monday. And so the trust indenture and loan agreement that are part of the financing documents go hand in hand with recommending to the city council that it approve it.
Okay. Any additional questions at this time? Hearing none, I will look for a motion for resolution number 1-2023.
I move to adopt the motion.
We have a motion for adoption. Do I hear a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. By show of hands, those in favor? Those opposed? Is approved unanimously. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Do any commissioners have any other business they'd like to discuss before the group today?
Just want to make a quick comment that really appreciate your work, appreciate the city working hard to put this together in tandem with some of our business owners. I think this is a step in the right direction. Appreciate the process and hope to see more of this. Congrats.
Hearing no other comments, I will now entertain a motion for adjournment.
A motion to adjourn?
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor by show of hands? Those opposed? Thank you very much. We are adjourned.